Greetings, wise ones. This is Melissa of 8th House Wisdom, author, psychotherapist, astrologer, feminine energy, and stellar planning expert. I am here with a video to invite you to join me for my 2023 through 2024 Lunar Wisdom and Self-Care Challenge. For the second year in a row, I'm doing this Lunar Wisdom and Self-Care Challenge at the waning phase of the last cycle of the lunar year. We are still closing out Lunar Year 2022 through 2023. It's important to note that each lunar year is made up of 13 moons, and this cycle usually crosses over a calendar year, gifting us with a second new year on an emotional level after the ball drops on January 1st. Me personally, I like to celebrate 3 New Years. That is the calendar New Year on January 1st, the Lunar New Year whenever it occurs, and last but not least, Astrological New Year, which takes place on March 21st. But back to the matter at hand. We're amidst a massive emotional energy shift that I want to help support you through because it can enhance the upcoming renewal that we all have an opportunity to experience for the Lunar New Year on January 21st when we begin the first new moon of 2023 and enter into the Lunar Year cycle of 2023 and 2024 with a new moon in Aquarius. Too many of us report feeling tired and foggy at the end of a month because of our reliance on technology, which has pushed us to disconnect from the natural emotional cycles in play. And when I say technology, I don't just mean electronics. This is something that has been occurring within humans for an extended period of time as we have created tools to help us advance and more easily complete tasks in our world. Good thing about this is that technology and a quick trip outside to look up at the night sky can also help us get back into that flow. And when we do, we will no longer be confused by the messages from our feminine and receptive bodies, but we will be able to count what we're feeling as body intelligence and wisdom and start acting accordingly. So over the next 14 days, I'd like to lead us through using the moon's dimming light in this waning phase to care for ourselves and our bodies, our feminine yin bodies, and to help rest our masculine or yang mind. The goal is to work together to mirror the fading light of the moon with nourishing actions and practices that will help us to reset our nervous system after the intensity in the buildup of the final full moon of the lunar year, which occurred in the watery, sensitive sign of Cancer. And it's even more important for us to do that since Cancer doubles the lunar energy being ruled by the moon. We're actually receiving an energetic nudge and assist to let go of all that does not serve us from 2022 on an emotional and environmental level with the call of this full moon. And this is always the wisdom found in the waning phase of any moon or lunar cycle, but it's even more pronounced during this final transition. Because every lunar cycle ends with a waning phase, which lasts for 14 days, we are currently experiencing a bit of a full moon hangover, where all the energy that we experienced at the moon's peak light has blown open our sensory systems and has us at a bit of disequilibrium. Working with the phases from waxing gibbous to last quarter to waning crescent to dark of the moon is an opportunity for us to experience some extremely sobering energies to balance out those effects and give us an opportunity to heal, let go, and find our motivation once again. Women, especially in modern times, have lost their connection with the moon, its cycles, the phases, the moods, and the impact on our lives. Since the moon is a feminine body in the sky, women and feminine identifying beings need to pay even more attention to what it is doing and the motions that it makes throughout its cycle. This Lunar Wisdom and Self-Care Challenge are about reclaiming those ancient practices so that we can improve our modern lives in ways that can be felt emotionally and are reflected in our environment, because that's what the moon represents in astrology. So I'd like to invite you to head over to my website and subscribe to this challenge so that you can get information over the course of the next 14 days to help you welcome a new emotional cycle in 2023 in big ways. Also, make sure if you haven't already received one that you click the link below in the description box to get a copy of my lunar-based self-care and beauty checklist. It will give you the 7 top things to do for self-care and help you to better generate ideas as I guide you through this process of winding down in an intentional way to reap the blessings of the new moon in Aquarius on January 21st. And if you're really serious and already gung-ho about jumping in, just wanted to give you a few tidbits of information. First and foremost, I will be pulling information from my book, The Lunar Wisdom Formula for Beauty and Self-Care. It is a wonderful guide to help you align your self-care and beauty therapy endeavors with the energy that currently exists, or to make sure any efforts that you want to take will feel their best and work optimally by making sure that they're properly timed within the lunar cycle. In addition to that, I also highly recommend getting a lunar-based app for your phone so that you can check in on moon energy regularly. I am a huge fan of the Pattern Astrology app for the way that it breaks information down, and you can get some aspects of what's happening with the moon and its feel on the pattern. But 2 additional apps that I recommend are the Full Moon app and Moon Plus. Those apps are specifically dedicated to looking at the moon, where it is at in terms of illumination, the entire cycle for the month or year, as well as giving you information about the astrological sign and activities that are favored during the particular phase and or sign of the moon. This is a love offering from me to all of my wise ones, as anybody who has watched me knows that I am a huge fan of the moon, and it is one of the central practices in my process of stellar planning. I hope that joining me for this period of time will help you to really kick in to 2023 when the energies have finally settled from last year, and allow you to achieve what you set out for the year while feeling the way that you want to feel. Sending you lots of light and love, wise ones, and looking forward to having you join me on this nourishing journey of self-love and self-care powered by the moon.